I'm Dewayne.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dave.
And this is another episode of the Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
Yeah?
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Why that's funny.
It's. I think you're like.
It's funny because we're still doing them.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
We haven't been kicked off the
I
air
keep spending
yet.
money on this. That's the
I
sad thing
know,
about
yeah.
it. Not giving it to you guys, but I'm spending money on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
You don't see it, but it's
Well, I
there.
see it with these
You're not supposed
wireless
to talk
mics
about
here.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
one of those things.
It's a secret.
All
It's
right.
a secret.
Yeah, we're moving up in the world.
I'm still. I still think the weirdest thing is not wearing headphones. I don't know why that's so weird. To
I
me.
agree.
Yeah, I like it.
It's definitely
You
it's
would.
it's.
I like
You
it.
would.
I've never known such comforts. It's definitely freeing.
It is.
You know,
I'm free as a bird. I feel like I could fly away right now
I could stretch.
and go do something better with my time.
Sleep. Play a video game.
Yeah,
That's about
exactly.
it for Dave.
Oh, that's true. I've been on that Dune Awakening here lately.
Is that a video game?
You been on
You're
that?
familiar with Dune, right?
Yeah, but I just thought it was
The
movies.
Battle for Arrakis. Yeah, they got a game now. They got a game. I
Takes
haven't
you
played
like 8 days to play like one round.
a round.
It's to score a thing.
It's not Street Fighter.
Well, then I ain't playing it.
Yeah.
That's the only video game.
If I can't just
there are
mash
no
random
rounds.
buttons,
Yeah, there are no rounds.
score a touchdown or
Yeah.
a score a point.
Foo's goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kill a thing.
Score a sandworm.
You get to kill something, right?
Oh, you get to kill plenty. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I care about.
Exactly. But we won't go into that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. This
that's
isn't
not really.
Dune.
It's too
The
nerdy
new
for
Dune
this.
game podcast.
Yeah.
We're recording that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the guy that's never played it.
Yeah. That's.
You'll be the guy looking outside in.
Literally, I'll go out here.
Yeah. Well, I'm just sitting here by myself talking
I can
about
pretend
Dune.
like I'll just yell things every once in a while. Anyway,
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
we're going to talk about breakfast.
Yeah, sort of.
The-
I mean, if you want to consider it.
The best breakfast.
We're going to talk about Dunkin. Just Dunkin.
Oh yeah, they
By
had
the
to
way.
change it from
So
Dunkin'
not
Donuts to
only-
just Dunkin'.
So I was on my way to get a good breakfast,
Yeah.
and
Whataburger was too busy.
they still are.
Yeah.
That we'll get on. We'll do that in about 3 years when I get on
maybe.
that line.
Yeah.
Was on the way to somewhere to get good breakfast, and I will make that happen one morning. But things didn't work out. Time crunch, traffic, laziness, it all just didn't happen.
The gas station was
As
filled.
I'm there and deciding, can I make this work or not? I'm past the Dunkin'. I'm like, man, I'm pissed off, and this is gonna help me be more pissed off. Because I'm gonna walk into this Dunkin' and not see prices or anything for fucking frickin' donuts on this 4-screen menu
Yeah.
board. No prices. Coffee, horrible sandwiches they have.
Oh, and they're all frozen, right? Everything's frozen.
Yeah,
They're
which
put in
is the
microwave.
sad thing is that used to not be the case.
He wants to say something so bad.
Their sandwiches, I will say, like I've never liked their donuts, and their coffee is straight garbage water. But man, they used to do like really good sandwiches. But
Yeah.
that's fallen to the wayside too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to preface all this. I love Boston. I am a
Yeah.
Red Sox fan. I love the city of
Yeah,
Boston.
Boston's a cool city. Yeah.
But even an awesome city can't do everything perfect.
yeah. Dunkin' is straight trash.
Great trash.
What do you have to say about it, Andrew?
It's just you're like you got. If you don't like the company, you don't support them. Thanks for continuing to support Dunkin', because America runs on Dunkin', Dewayne. America, not just some
Red.
No, it's purple. It's
Well,
it's
anyway, it
maroon.
runs on Dunkin', not Dunkin' Donuts, because they've just completely deleted that from their name and advertising.
They still have them, but they don't want you to know that they still have them.
It does
Why
seem
is
that
that?
way. It
Why
does
is
seem
that?
that way.
Could it be because they're subpar?
It's just.
It could be because even when you buy a fresh one, it's still somehow 10 days old.
Well, we'll find out the answer to that question
Coming up next.
in just a few minutes.
Krispy Kreme has to put on a sign to say, "Hey, we got fresh stuff." You know. It's one of those things.
At least they have periods where they have fresh stuff.
This never happens with them. And honestly, though,
It's a Cisco truck out
a
back.
10-day-old Krispy Kreme donut, you put that thing in the microwave for a few seconds, it's
Right back to,
but
it's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Maybe we harp on this too much. I just can't understand a man that was born and raised
In Oak Ridge, North Carolina.
like 15, 20 minutes from where Krispy Kreme originated,
yeah.
started, and you eat Dunkin'. There was not even a Dunkin' Donut in the area. I grew up in the area.
There was one in Battleground. It was Greensboro.
I know you had them flown down from Boston on
Papa.
your private jet.
Papa.
Papa.
Their dad was like,
Anyway.
he was like, get in the car. I'm gonna show you what a real donut is.
So I went in there and I got 6 mixed dozen. I basically said, I don't know, just put some damn donuts in it.
Yeah,
in a
we
box.
just picked
And,
one.
No, I did kind of pick. I will say the orange creamsicle that Dave has seemed
That sounded
interesting.
intriguing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be let down by it.
I do. They're French crawlers. I've had a few times. I will say because they tend to hold up a little better. They don't dry out.
It's a tall donut.
It is tall donut. Or what did y'all call it earlier?
Tractor tire.
wheel.
Yeah, it's a tractor tire.
Tractor wheel.
Tractor tire.
That's what they should call it. I think.
Yeah.
Especially around here.
Yeah.
Come on and get you a tractor tire.
Get you a glazed tractor tire.
Tar.
What'd you get? You got just the chocolate ice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, and then the off-screen antics.
audience.
They already ate their donuts.
Raspberry.
And that was another thing too. It was like just jelly it was listed as just jelly. It didn't
Yeah.
say what it was.
Turns out it was raspberry.
It was
Raspberry.
raspberry.
Yes.
How was that Boston cream?
Let's see if the person who had it wants to say how it was.
It was amazing. It's the perfect donut.
Well, let's also caveat that not from here.
That's true.
Right. That's
That review was brought to you by a Yankee.
yeah. Basically a Yankee. Illinois.
That's a Yankee.
Yeah, we'll call it a Yankee. Yeah. I don't respect the Midwest enough to even classify them in that in that battle.
Yeah.
But that's might as well be.
That's a
in the
Yankee in my
past-
books.
In the past, you have referred to them as dirt garbage people.
Right. Dirt of the earth.
And that's
I feel like when you guys got together, you said, "I met this wonderful dirt person."
She's from the filthy flyovers.
Exactly. The flyovers. Yeah, the flyovers.
Man, last time I flew across the country, the pilot did say
Yeah.
that. Just to let you guys know, we're over the filthy flyover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look down now.
I have sped up.
Well, I actually said, no, don't look down. Don't even bother.
I had made this plane go as fast as it possibly can. We're as high as we possibly. So you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Filthy flyover. I'm gonna start a punk
Yep.
band called the Filthy Flyover.
Yeah.
filthy punk band / hockey team.
That would be That'd be like a group of 3 players that just beat the crap out of each other, and they're called the Filthy Flyovers. Anyway,
I gotta say, your donut especially does not look very good.
it looks. You remember back in the day, like you got the fake kitchen, like the little kid's kitchen, and it come with like a fake.
It does.
piece
It
of
looks like a fake
broccoli.
donut.
It looks like a fake donut.
It really does.
I'm working with what I was given.
Yeah.
There's
Why
hate
does
in your
it-
heart, let it out.
Why does it have nooks and crannies on the top?
Because that's where all the flavor, it tracks the chocolate.
Chocolate. There ain't no chocolate in that.
I mean,
There ain't no cocoa.
eat your tractor talk.
I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm
let's,
going.
Oh man.
That looks pretty fluffy. You just pulled that apart.
Oh, this is.
I will say, I mean, this is the only
not
probably
dense
saving
like
grace.
that.
But by the way, not a donut.
God.
A crawler is not a donut.
God, so good.
I don't like this at all. Look
So-
how dry his donut is.
It really is very. It looks like like an Entenmann's donut that you
You
get
probably
at the
should dip
grocery
that
store.
in some liquid death.
That we all rated extremely highly.
Not the one that we rated highly. The one that was not rated well.
Oh, which was I'm trying to
The
remember.
chocolate one. I don't remember honestly, but so This one, the flavor is pretty good. But the problem that I have with the Dunkin' Donut is it's dense and it's cakey and not donut-like. It's if I want a piece of cake, I'll go get a piece of cake. If I want a nice, light, fluffy donut,
Look at this.
I don't go to Dunkin'.
What do you think? How would you describe that?
I mean, that's the fluffiest donut I've ever seen
You
from a
should eat
Dunkin'.
it. Somehow it's dry. Yeah. Anyway.
What do you have to say on the matter?
I think that Dunkin' Donut is the far superior donut. Is it the best donut in the world? No. Is it a close second? Absolutely. No, but there is something about, I don't know what it is about Krispy Kreme donuts. They give me a headache every time I eat them.
Because it blows your mind how
What?
good they are?
No, there's something
very
in them
strange.
that gives me a headache, and therefore I just don't.
You give me a headache and I still.
Are you allergic to deliciousness?
I'm allergic to mediocre at best.
Well, that's clearly not the case because you love Dunkin' Donuts.
Sorry, I had my mouth full of delicious donuts.
Yeah, it'll take you
It sounds like
and
it.
you're not going to
Yeah,
stop for the next 10 minutes.
Chew on that for a while.
Yeah, please.
I'm just saying.
Anyway.
All
right, Dave, we're giving Duncan a very hard time.
Deservedly.
Anyway, let's move on to the beer.
Well, you get a little bit of history, right? of Dunkin' Donuts. Let's go into that.
So
It began as Open Kettle in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Ooh, and Quincy.
Founded by William Rosenberg in 1948. He decided to rename the restaurant in 1950 to Dunkin' Donuts, inspired by how the customers would eat their donuts by dunking them in their
and
coffee.
you certainly have to.
Yeah, you
And
have to because they're dry.
Kind of regretting not getting the coffee
Yeah.
right now.
You have to do that
Making
because
some
they're
Keurig.
dry.
I'm not drinking their garbage coffee. I'd rather have Keurig, Food Line brand pod coffee.
So, some interesting things to note, especially growing up as a kid in the 80s, right? 1980, they introduced Fred the Baker. Everybody remember Fred? Time to make the donuts.
You're skipping over the
How did they
1953 mascot, Dunky.
Yeah. It's Dunky. I'm Dunky.
I make dry ass donuts.
Oh my
You
God.
done? You still eating that one bite, by the way. I just want to.
So in 1990s, they add bagels to the menu. Do they have bagels?
No.
Yeah, they do.
Well-
Of course they do.
Oh, they have. You can't go and get like a bagel like they have like everything, everyday bagel.
Right.
Asiago, they had a bagel that they use on their sandwiches that's microwaved.
Yeah. So like a McDonald's bagel.
Yes, but not good. I don't know. I cannot speak to. I will admit, I cannot speak to a Dunkin' Donuts bagel. Dunkin' Donuts.
So
a Dunkin's bagel.
in 2020, they were acquired by Inspire Brands, who owns Baskin Robbins.
Delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So you love a corporate conglomerate owned
here we go.
Donut factory, basically.
Instead of a mom and pop operation like Krispy Kreme.
At least they own themselves.
They do. They do. They do.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
And I won't go into the politics of it. Mm-hmm. But I Googled history of Dunkin' Donuts, and one of the related questions, you know, where it says people also ask. The second from the top is Dunkin' Donuts supporting Israel or Palestine?
Oh, wow.
What an odd question.
I think they would probably say
Of
they
Dunkin'
don't
Donuts.
support either.
Do I even want to look at the answer?
No, don't do it.
Well, you know what? They said they have not publicly stated support for either. So there you go.
Did you read where
And as far as the donut place, that's probably the right answer.
Did you see where when they expanded, they come in these little towns and they like shut down
Take
these
'em
little
over?
mom and pop.
Yeah.
And one of them was called Mr. Donut.
Oh, So they ran out Mr. Donut. Are you
And
happy, Andrew? Are you happy?
Dawn Donuts. Mr. Donut was a respectful businessman in whatever town Mr. Donut was. It was also a chain, and then went to Dawn Donuts. What the heck did Dawn do to them that they had to shut her down?
I know, man. God.
Anyway,
I'll take a Mr. Donut any day over a Dunkin.
garbage. You know what? Your precious coasters, that's what they get.
Well, that's collateral damage. What did the coasters do?
Do you like
They're
apples?
free. I have coasters coming out my butt here at
Okay.
115 Craft, 115 Main Street, McAdenville, North Carolina. I can throw coasters, Dave.
I didn't realize you manufacture coasters out of your ass.
I'm walking here.
I'll think twice about picking up a coaster here ever again.
I have a company called Hard Bottom Coasters. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a shout out. We're going to have that other episode. Just for that one comment, the other episode has to come out first.
All right, well.
Are we done with this nonsense?
I think so. I think we've spent enough time.
I hate the
on Dunkin'.
donuts so much. I want to throw that bottle of bourbon on the ground.
Ooh.
Because it ain't mine, so I don't care. Anyway, I'm not going to do that to you.
All right, our
There's hate in
going
the
to
heart. Let
beers
it out.
here.
Yeah, let's do beer.
Karate Squid.
Karate
Oh
Squid.
man, that art is fantastic.
Yeah, it is pretty. Both of them.
From Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. What?
In the butt.
Brooklyn. They've always at the butt comment. So this is KCBC, also known as Kings County Brewers Collective.
There you go.
All right.
So glad they decided to shorten the name. But
Yeah.
Make sure that's my beer glass.
I spit in it. Don't worry about it.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We just started getting their stuff in North Carolina. I had a special order this, so I don't know.
Producer Dave's gonna love this. He's already
both
shaking
of
his
us.
head in approval.
Both of him is right up his alley.
Both of him.
Both of
Both
hims.
of- both of 'em.
hims.
Both of him.
Both hymns.
He's nose deep in it.
So this is
How many are
karate-
you?
What's that?
How many of there are you?
Enough. This is Karate Squid Double Dry Hopped Hazy IPA.
That's a good beer. That's a good beer.
I've already had a few of these. They're actually really good.
They are good.
But like Dave said, they're from Brooklyn. To be more specific, the Bushwick
Oh.
neighborhood.
Can I see that can?
Yeah,
Please. Well, I was.
He's like, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, take it.
I like their website. So
cool,
they were
gotcha.
once dubbed the beer capital of the Northeast. I did not. I never heard
Yeah,
that.
no.
So,
All right.
But whatever.
There's a couple other places
Yeah.
that would probably.
Well,
Anyway.
they'd argue. And well, there's just say the area. So, other has from up that way. They make great beer.
They do.
So, yeah. Ain't much point going into like whole history. It's two dudes started a brewery.
As
It's that old chestnut.
yeah. How every brewery story starts out.
Wow, yeah, they were the first actual brewery in 40 years to be open in the area, which is kind of weird. Although I guess Brooklyn, the whole Brooklyn hipster cool thing, gentrification's probably just been in the past 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess I understand that. But yeah, so I had a special order of this beer come from
Place?
Artisan Beverage.
Yep.
Yes, it was Artisan
Yeah.
Beverage. We got these two cans, and I've got a keg of another hazy back there. So been really impressed with, and I'd had their beer before. People had brought it down, or I feel like maybe did you order some one time or something?
Sure didn't.
Oh, you did.
Never did.
Somebody I know had some. Nope. I've always been impressed with their stuff.
I've ordered other half,
and maybe that's
which is also from New York.
New York. But yeah, I've been very impressed with their stuff, and everybody that's had it so far has loved it. In fact,
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
good.
have a lot
Yeah.
left, so probably
Especially-
should be talking about it. But
Producer Dave
yeah, so
loves it.
big.
He's a big IPA guy.
Love it.
Big IPA guy.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Maybe that can, please.
having had a bunch of these now, this seems like a decent one of these. Mrs. Producer Dave's comment was, it tastes like
Orange juice gone bad.
Orange juice gone bad. Great description.
See that, I guess.
Chewing on, there's a mandarin orange celestial tea. Chewing on the tea bag after you've already run it through. You've got all the good stuff out of it. You're just chewing on the tea bag.
What do people do
Celestial
that?
seasonings.
Is that a thing?
No, but I'm saying, I'm imagining.
Oh, okay.
What in a world where one chewed on a tea bag.
I did hear that helps with like toothaches.
Yeah, it
You
might.
chew on a tea bag.
Probably some
sounds
baby
like
somewhere.
the same, in the beer world where they do like tastings and competitions. People submit to competitions. They use descriptors for bad taste, stuff like that. And one of them, it tastes like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Now, I never tasted a Band-Aid in my life, and I imagine these people haven't, although they are beer judges, so they probably have.
Mezcal, to me, tastes like a Band-Aid.
But how do you get to that? Like, I do understand. Like, to me, I'm like, yeah, I can get what they're saying, but yet I've never tasted a Band-Aid.
I think it's the smell.
The smell, yeah. Band-Aids have a smell. There's a smell.
People associate smell with taste, right? That's why you smell things before you taste them. It adds to the palate. So, a bandage, like a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a brand, not a
thing.
Yeah. So an adhesive bandage. I almost said Band-Aid again. It's so synonymous. It has a smell, and you smell that, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you get that on your palate. It tastes like a bandage smells, right? I think
Like a little bit more
Describe that.
irony
I
flavor,
think
maybe?
I also think you described it horribly.
okay.
No, but
Well,
yeah, that does make sense. So that was a double dry hopped hazy. This is a West Coast style. So
But was somebody saying this tastes like a bandage?
no.
Oh, okay.
Because
You're
we're
just-
talking about
just in general.
tasting
Okay,
descriptors
gotcha.
that were weird or maybe didn't make sense.
He was like, I was just talking about me sucking on a bandage.
These Band-Aids.
Sucking on a bandage outside the table trees.
This is it has like a goat on the front. That's awesome.
Yeah, all their can art is actually pretty. It's like kind of the evil.
He looks
weird,
concerned.
In fact, it's
Concerned
all
goat.
designed by a guy named Earl Holloway
Earl Scruggs.
from San Francisco,
Shout out to Earl.
who now lives in Yonkers.
Oh, Yonkers.
Yonkers, Yonkers, down the road, Yonkers. So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's one of those beers that, if you're kind of a beer nerd or whatever, you know about this kind of stuff, you maybe looked out for, you tried to order it online or somebody sneak it down to you. So it's cool to see it
It's cool.
locally.
It's cool to see it locally.
Man. This it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's got an Idaho Jim hop in there.
Ooh.
Got a Mosaic Simcoe, Idaho Jim,
I didn't even
Centennial,
see what hop
and
was in there.
Cascade.
Idaho Jim is my second favorite.
Idaho Jim. That's
Sounds like a guy steals fireworks down the street.
He's got
Well, it wouldn't be
like
down the
six,
street.
six
Yeah.
fingers.
No, that's his name. He doesn't
Yeah.
live there. Never even been there.
yeah. I'm gonna go down the street here and talk to old Idaho Jim.
Is he from Idaho? Nope.
No.
He sure ain't. Never even seen it.
Born and raised in
Why
Greensboro.
the hell would you ask me that stupid question?
The double dry hop was Citra Galaxy Cashmere. Well, that's it. Cashmere.
Yep.
Cashmere.
Ooh, cashmere. Georgie Porgy. Somebody needs to make.
Wow.
Sometimes I wish that I had gone into actual brewing beer because I just want these cool names. I would have an IPA that's all cashmere, and I'd be like, ooh, Georgie Porgy would be the name.
Get to it. Start brewing beer.
I want the cashmere.
What's this dot?
Doesn't like Seinfeld and likes Dunkin. Ladies, he's never mind.
No.
What do you think of this one?
I like it.
I really taste Idaho Jim in that.
I think you taste Idaho Jim every day.
It does sound like a strain of marijuana, like.
Or
might be.
syphilis. A new.
Y'all got that Idaho Jim?
Your test results are back, sir. We hate to tell you, but you have Idaho Jim.
Oh God!
Stage 5 Idaho Jim.
The Jimmiest of Idahos. I don't know.
There's no cure.
No,
Jimmy
no,
is-
sir. It's within 6 months you're going to be wearing bib overalls and no shoes.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
What part of Idaho is from? I ain't never been there.
What's Idaho?
What's Idaho?
I'm from Sumter.
Idaho?
Oh, man, I was getting ready. My friends just walk around going, he a hoe. I'm like, you're right, Idaho.
Oh my God.
Wow. Delicious.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
It's
solid.
West Coasty.
Do you
Has that little bit of that piney kind of.
do we like the hazy or the West Coasty?
I think in this instance, prefer the hazy a little bit more. I like double dry hopped hazies, and they pulled it off pretty good with that one. But the West Coast is good. I mean, they're both
I like
really
the West
good.
Coast. It's got a bitterness to it that I like from the West Coast, and I feel like the whole idea of a West Coast IPA has been muddied here recently. And this is a little more towards what a West Coast should taste like.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I wish it was a little bit more piney.
Yeah.
I'm going with the hazy just because it's more flavorful.
Let me
Like
see
a
that
lot
for
of-
can, Idaho Jim.
A lot of flavor.
While you ogle that can, man on the street, producer on the street here, with a real live person who's going to taste this beer, who's already tasted it, but is going to taste it just so you can watch her
the first
react to it.
time.
Yeah.
So she is off camera, but you guys watch their faces as they watch her react to
hold
this
on.
beer.
You have to.
Is this the first one or the second one?
She loves it.
Oh,
She loves it.
God.
Man, what do you think about that?
To quote noted,
Man on the street, get back on the street.
to quote noted beer expert Phoebe Buffet, this is what evil
Phoebe
tastes
Buffet.
like.
Not a
All
fan.
right, first Friends reference on
we
the
got a friend
Yeah, there you go.
podcast.
Yeah. Bringing it. Is Andrew? Is that more up your alley? Little Friends reference?
I mean, not really.
Oh.
But
It's not up mine either. That's
What do you like other than crappy donuts?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Crappy
Yeah.
donuts and not Seinfeld.
Yeah.
This is when people say that they think that beer people pretend to like beer. This is the beer they're talking about. There's no redeeming
Shots
quality to this.
fired. Shots fired.
It is. I can't taste any redeeming quality to this. As someone who's tasted multiple ones of these now, it's not the worst of these I've ever tasted, but I don't know how anybody sips this and goes, "That's good." Complex.
That's nice.
That does bring up a good point, though. I think with almost every beer, first time you ever drank a beer, what did you really think? Like,
It was gross.
truly.
Oh yeah, snuck a
It had more
Budweiser.
like
Yeah, I had
it
my
was-
first beer at 15. And
And
I
what
didn't
do you
like-
remember? What it was?
It was probably like a Busch Light or something.
Yeah.
It was-
Yeah.
Mine was a Miller High Life. And I remember hanging out with this guy, and like he's like, "Man, come over to the house for the beer," and I'm like, "Oh, I really drink beer, but okay." And I'm like forcing myself to drink this because I'm like, want to be cool, and I think this is disgusting. And look at me now.
Yeah, I mean, this would be one of those, right? Like, I will say over the course of this podcast, though I would have considered myself a bourbon drinker before we started, I had not visited the depths of it. It had been like, you know, the stuff in the $40 to $60 range on the shelf at the ABC store that was really easy to get, but I had a lot of it, Woodford and you know, those sorts of things. And I've come around on that. I don't think we could do a million episodes of this. I don't think I'm coming around on this particular style of beer. The first one, I'm coming around on that sort of beer. And that one's what style
Like
is
the
that?
double dry hopped IPA.
So I'm coming around on that style a little bit more.
okay.
The second one, I don't think I'm ever going to make it there.
Man.
Yep.
Well, you know.
More for us to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Well, I mean, I think in general, it's just beer is acquired taste, no matter what it is. But sometimes you're just not gonna acquire the taste of a style. Or, I mean, I remember, what sticks out in my head probably more than anything was the time a friend of ours gave me a sour. It was a New Belgium sour. I don't remember what it was called, but more of a traditional, non-fruited, like a Belgian style. And man, this is disgusting. This is so bad. Like, why did you leave it out in the sun for 3 days?
Is it
Like,
bad?
Now that's like, if I want a sour, I want that. Like,
Well, because you can't really find those kind of sours anymore, sours have kind of transitioned into like smoothie sours, or sweet beers is not really sour.
to the point of we have a few people like this, but somebody recently, and it just sticks out in my head, not a beer drinker. Like, she'd come in and drink seltzers, and she tasted, when we had that tasting out here a couple weeks ago, she tasted this sour, and she absolutely loves it. And we're about to run out of it, and I don't have the heart to tell her, like, she's probably not gonna be able to get it anymore. But she pours it over ice.
Yeah.
But it's a cherry cheesecake sour.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's just like a dessert drink.
It tastes like a cocktail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Pours it over ice?
Yeah. Give it
The first time she did that, were you like, what? Get out.
Yeah, I definitely give her crap about it, and many others that do this.
As you should.
I don't know though. I mean, are those really like beers?
They're beers in the sense that they have, malted barley, hops, yeast, water.
But I feel like they could just as easily make that without that stuff.
Well, then they're called seltzers, smoothie seltzers.
But it would taste the same.
They leave the hops out. In general, yeah. But also, you can go back and say, well, a German purist, Reichskanzlei, whatever the purist law, purity law.
God.
I thought you were going to say Reichstag. I was like, whoa, wait.
Du hast.
Ryan, I don't know, I'm not even pretending to say that. The
Rumspringa?
German purity laws, they would say, we just don't make beer. Nobody here makes beer.
Yeah.
Maybe Red Oak, maybe OMB.
Well, people that adhere to the
And
law.
now maybe, even Keepsake, they would say they don't make beer because they do pale ales and stuff. So, there's always, but then you go back even further and people say, well, that's not beer either. You don't add carbonation to beer. So, but I do get what you're saying. Smoothie sours are exactly that, smoothies,
Yeah.
alcoholic smoothies. But we sell a lot of them here at 115 Crafts.
2. That's 2.
Anyway.
All right, shall we move on to the bourbon portion?
The bourbon?
Now, is this one you got recently?
This is one that is supposedly a distillery exclusive.
Right.
I don't know if I truly believe that or not, but this is from our adventure to the Kentuckys. Yeah. We got, so this is from Four Roses. This is their small batch select. Not a whole lot about this. It's aged 6 to 7 years. It's 104 proof. Again, we got this at the Cox Creek. This is more of their production facility, or where they have the brick houses and all that, which was really, really cool experience that we did. So this is my first time trying this one, besides when we bought it.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good purchase.
Actually, here, pour your own.
I'll do it.
I was going to get a bottle from there. I couldn't settle on which one I wanted because of their crazy system that they use to determine the flavor profiles and
the chart.
I was going to do the mash bill, and it's like, oh, this is CYMPD. And you're like, what? So that was kind of weird.
That one's yours.
But yeah, so this is Brent Elliott. He's the master distiller for the Four Roses. Interesting how they got. It was a
Elliott, he's race NASCAR, right?
Yeah. Him and Junior Johnson teamed up. But yeah, the Four Roses I think is cool. It was a proposal thing. I think that that's how they think that's how the name is, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
it was a royalty king something.
Well, it was. He asked this girl to marry him, and he was like, they were going to some big event or whatever. And it was like, if you say yes, wear roses or something like that. And so she had a bouquet or something like that of 4 roses.
She was even going, yes. He's nope, don't want to hear it. Need to see them roses. Show me them roses.
Show me them roses.
If I had 2 dozen roses,
would it change your life? But yeah.
Shenandoah, ladies and gentlemen. Shenandoah.
Yeah, I know we talked about it on that was the last podcast, right?
Yes.
But it was a cool tour.
Yes,
For
Last one we
104%,
put out.
this is smooth.
it is, and it's very complex.
Yep.
You know, the last episode we did, the old Fitzgerald, where that one really didn't have much going on at all. This is like a polar opposite.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
That is a good, kind of trial or whatever to have that than this.
Yeah.
The world of bourbon.
Oh, basically no flavor to a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
So
And even the color. I mean, look how much darker it is. And of course, you couldn't get any years on the Fitzgerald.
But it has to be at least 4 years. So where this one is 6 to 7 years. But the tasting notes, it's full-bodied. I didn't know that was a tasting note. Right? Red fruits, nutmeg, clove, and a subtle oak. Subtle oak.
I definitely get the nutmeg and the clove. I feel like that's very prominent.
Almost like a sweet potato pie kind of deal.
Shut your mouth. Sweet potato pie and shut your. Isn't that how the song goes?
Sweet potato pie and shit my mouth. Gone to win.
This is the new drinking and singing country song.
Ain't nobody looking back again. Alabama, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
drink and Dave sings country.
We just sit back and tap our toes.
Man on the street again here.
Yep.
I've got about a sup left of this. Our volunteer is going to come over here and she's going to talk us. She's going to tell us about that nutmeg.
You're gonna love it.
I feel like
You're gonna love it.
you're gonna have to get her on video for this because there's got to be like
She's already wincing
eyes
just
popping.
smelling it.
Actually,
Here we
just
go.
do a character.
Here we go. Yeah, AI.
And when you sip it, just
whole thing.
roll it around in your mouth for a minute.
You got to take the whole
Before-
all that's left.
I almost smell the sweet potato pie that you're talking about. Like, I don't like sweet potato pie either, so. Doesn't bode well.
Oh, she can't come back again.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, got it. That Kentucky hug got it. Do you feel embraced?
And
It burns so good.
Coffin Cowhead comes back.
Tasting notes.
You can't do that to a
Tasting
novice. Oh.
Well, so actually, like Dewayne was just mentioning, you have now kind of run the gamut. You have had that old Fitzgerald, which was to us was nothing in
Yeah.
the mouth, to this, which is
Pause. No diddy.
which to this, which is I will say is challenging.
It's
And
fuller.
You have been challenged,
It is
madam.
fuller.
Fuller.
I mean, all of them challenged me. So, because again, I'm a weenie, so.
Okay. Well, the man on the streets, the lady on the streets, not a fan.
Ask the lady on the street, what do you normally drink?
Yeah, lady on the street. What's your drink of
Lady on the
choice?
street, get back on the street.
I don't know. I don't drink that much at all, which is it probably explains a lot. I really haven't advanced much past that first beer in college.
You'll do an amaretto sour from time to time.
Yeah.
I'll do a whiskey sour every now and then, but I won't
whiskey
do just like
ginger.
old granddad in there or something. Some
So
just
like a sweet
little thing.
a sweet cocktail that has no alcohol taste.
Yes. Heavy on the mixer, whatever it is.
have an occasional White Claw, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a peach Moscato in the fridge right now.
Already.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Maybe-
I'm a suburban mom.
Maybe not Four Roses Target Market.
There you go.
What'd be
you have it.
hilarious if she's like, I'm a huge gin
30
drinker.
years ago.
Oh yeah. This was back in the day
Yeah.
when they were on the lower end. She would have been right up their alley.
Grandmammy is 4 roses.
That is a solid
Oh, it's very good.
bourbon.
Yes. Especially for the price. Well, do you remember what you paid for that?
Especially for the price. How much
50 or
is that?
$60, something like
I
that.
just know all their products are well priced.
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Even buying them here, but we got that at the distillery. so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got that distillery.
Yeah.
I think it was like 50 or $60. At that price point, all day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super good.
What was it we saw at the ABC store yesterday? We couldn't figure out what did it mean, the double or
Oh, the Luxro double single barrel. It's like
does that make any sense?
I want a double single burger.
Was that at the ABC store in Marshall?
I mean, we were at John G's. We had to stop.
Home of Randy
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the murals still there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's their claim to fame.
Yeah.
That's
We
their
went
only
to-
claim to fame.
Yeah.
We went to
Exactly.
the John G's Barbecue Jubilee, and it was really good.
Yep.
That's all.
Shot off
That's all I'll
some.
say about that.
That's
Shut
all
off
I
some
have to say
shotguns.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lit some fireworks on.
Good choice, man.
Yep. That was.
Thanks for sharing with it. Now I
yeah.
don't have to open my bottle.
Yeah.
I can just let it sit there and collect dust.
I like bourbon people supposed
Yeah,
to do.
like they do.
Oh, did you get a bottle of that too?
Yes.
The same one?
I sure enough do.
Okay.
Only regret on that is I didn't double up and buy 2 bottles.
Well, you can get it here. It's not like.
No, they said this.
They
was
said
the-
that's a distillery exclusive.
Oh, that was okay. Maybe I was thinking of something else, but
I mean, they do have ones that are similar to that, but that particular one, supposedly.
supposedly. I don't know.
I haven't really researched that.
I think they were like
you just making up shit.
they were like, yeah, it's a distillery
It's a distillery
only
exclusive.
sucker.
Dillery.
It's a distillery exclusive.
Cool.
Quesadilla.
We had 2 winners today. Oh, we didn't rate the Dunkin. All right, let's start. What do we rate the bourbon?
What do we rate the bourbon?
Because we want to end on a bad note.
Yeah, so I'd give the bourbon
I already know where it was going.
4.5 out of 5 distillery exclusives.
Distillery.
That's
Or dillery exclusive.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes
yeah.
some more sense.
Yeah.
Dave, well, let's skip to Dave.
Yep.
Me over here. Yeah, I'll give it 4 out of 5 overly complex charts with a lot of numbers and letters on it.
Mash bills.
Out of 5.
Bourbon explanation charts.
Yeah. And Lady on the Street, what did you rate? What did you rate it?
Oh God, here we go.
0 out of 5 Kentucky Hugs.
All right.
Ooh, 0 out of 5 White Claws.
And see, that wasn't even like a Kentucky
You did-
hug. That was more of like a side
If
hug.
we did White Claws,
Right.
I would somehow give it. I would give a White Claw a 0 out of 5 White Claws. I don't know how that works, but
Somehow it works magically. It was
All right,
just kinda
man.
else. I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 5. That's a good buy.
yeah, I'm like 5 1/4, 5 1/2.
Out of 5.
Idaho Jim hugs.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, Idaho Jim should have been the beer rating.
That's one of those like extra long hugs.
Yeah.
It's like
We can go the same way. I don't think Idaho Jim drinks alcohol. He doesn't. He's not
That's true.
discerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll drink a
As
White
long as
Claw.
it'll get you drunk.
Just as quick as he'll drink one of these.
Idaho Jim strikes me as a he drinks scope. That's his. That's on his level.
NyQuil.
Yeah.
Rate the beer as a combination. Like
Yeah, he's drunk on Swish right now.
Yeah, swish.
that sounds like a rap term. Like we drunk on that Swish.
Getting that Swish tonight.
Oh, you on that
You're
scissor?
thinking
I'm on
of
that
Swisher
Swish.
Sweets.
Swisher Sweet. You pour it in a beer, like just drop. That's what you drink when they're done and they're like putting it out, and then somebody drinks it. That's called.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh God.
I give the beers 3.75 out of 5 neat can art.
Nice.
As a whole, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
Okay, I'm gonna go 4.5. Brooklyn hipsters out of 5.
Wouldn't that be
Ironic mustaches.
fixed gear bikes out of 5?
4 out of 5. I just keep going. 4.5 fixed gear bikes.
I will give it 2 out of 5. Hipsters pretending to like beers that taste bad out of 5.
These next 2 ratings asterisks. Just I want you to have a huge asterisk logo as you and Marion are talking.
Right here.
Yes.
Give it a
1 out of 5 Phoebe buffets. Oh,
Buffets.
Phoebe.
I think you like the Four Roses more than you're letting on.
It likes you.
That Kentucky hug.
It's just going, Marion. Try me again, you'll get a better rating.
The more you drink, the better I get.
All right, now for donut ratings.
I would give it 0.5 out of 10 garbage donuts.
All right. You just shut your mouth, buddy. I give it -8 out of 50. What was the flyover term you used? Filthy flyovers.
Filthy flyovers.
Filthy flyovers.
I'll actually give it surprisingly. So I had the jelly donut. Now I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say I think if you're gonna have a Dunkin', jellied is the way to go. Some sort of a cream or
Wet goo.
a goo.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Because they hollow out the middle
Right.
and
So
take
there's-
almost all that cakiness
There's
out
less
of
of the
it.
cake to eat.
Yeah.
Right, and you're filling it with a liquid that's going
Yeah.
to moisten the surrounding donut.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 2 out of 5 moist centers for my raspberry.
Words that are now stricken from this podcast. Moist.
Moist.
No moist.
They help saturate your mouth. What?
With the caveat that I will eat any donut that's put in front of me, even a Krispy Kreme cake, whatever that is. For the Boston cream, I give it 10 out of 5 mass holes. It's really the perfect donut because it feels more like a fancy dessert than a donut. It's got multiple stages. You get the body, and you get the chocolate, and then you get the custard in the middle. It's perfect.
That was a very detailed review.
Yeah, this lady
And
loves a
I
custard.
thank you for that.
Undeservedly
You're dead
so.
wrong.
Well, Ben and Jerry's agrees with me because they make a Boston cream ice cream. So it's got universal appeal.
Sounds
True, but it's not
Across
made
the
out of
food
Dunkin'
genres.
Donuts.
Oh,
I don't care whose it.
Pie.
I don't care whose
Boston
it is.
pie is good.
Boston cream
Yeah.
donuts, wherever
Boston
they're
Yeah.
from, are
donuts
perfect.
from Dunkin' Donuts. Boston
Right,
cream donuts
exactly.
from Krispy Kreme, I'm sure, is delicious. Although I would never.
They're probably fine.
If anything, the donut aspect brought the Boston cream
The Boston cream.
aspect.
Yeah.
I didn't want to use aspect.
The Boston creaminess.
Yeah, the Boston creaminess.
Here's your-
Down.
Here's your Boston cream donut from Boston.
Hey, I'm your cousin from Boston.
All right, well, this brings a close to the man on the street segments.
This is it. We're done.
Yeah. I think
We're done,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else needs to
Everybody
review
rated
it.
donuts,
Everybody that
correct?
should have reviewed it, except for Marion. Sorry,
Oh.
producer Dave's.
Mr. Producer Dave. Lady on the random lady on the street.
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, random lady on the street.
Lady on the street. Get
We
back
could
on
have
the
done without
street.
her review.
Actually, that needs to be in there after she gave her glowing review of this donut. Lady on the street, get back on the street.
Yeah. No one else needs to review Dunkin' Donuts. I
All
think
right,
everyone
I'm
that should have
Dwayne.
reviewed it-
This is Andrew. You're Dave. This has been.
the greatest episode ever.
All right, what do you rate your stupid donut? How many stupids you gonna give it, stupid?
I'm gonna
Not enough stupids.
I'm gonna swing for the.
There can never be enough stupids.
I'm gonna swing for the fences on this. At least 13.
Anyway, Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
I'm just saying. It's delicious.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 13 out of 10.
Dwayne.
I don't regret my decision
right.
either.
No, this really is the
Okay.
end.
Yeah.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta go take him out to the alley and beat
shit
him up. Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna beat him with a Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt my
'Cause
friend.
it's that hard.
And not one with jelly in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, for real, I'm Dwayne.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave.
That's Mrs. Producer Dave.
Yeah.
Producer Dave. And
Yeah.
this has been another 2 out of 3 awesome
Informative?
Beer Bourbon Breakfast podcasts.